Well, hello there. You're here because you want to know how to make this. This is a nice, cute little pouch, and it has zippers on both sides. And guess what? I have over 500 easy sewing and quilting tutorials for you to watch. Don't forget to subscribe to me and leave a comment down below on how easy this project was for you to make. Now, let's see what you need to make this pouch. Is the home page where you will find me. I am under Cassie Cartmile, that is my name. This is the project that we will be doing. It's called Half Circle Double Zipper Pouch. I should probably change this. It's going to be called something like that, Half Circle Double Zipper Pouch. So once we click on to make it, I'm going to run through all of the parts. So these two sections here are in relation to the zipper. These are the tabs. They are long enough, we can cut them in half, so don't print off any more than these. And this is the tab, the closure. None of this needs any stabilization. So if we just go into continue here, and then your Cricut needs to be on to go to this next stage, by the way. So if it's not connecting, you have to have this turned on. This is where you can set the base material. It's just going to be fabric. And then you can apply more pressure, put your rotary blade in, and you're good to go. So the next cuts are the circle cuts. So two of these need to be stabilized. So let's say, for instance, 3 and 2 are going to be stabilized. So basically you would come here, you would click onto the bonded fabrics, then we'd edit the tool and change it to the rotary blade, and then apply more pressure, and then that would be the settings that you would need in order to do the stabilizer. Only use a lightweight stabilizer. It really doesn't need anything other than that. So that would be for 2 and 3, and then for 4 and 5 cuts we would then change this over to the fabric setting and then apply more pressure, and then we had it previously from the rotary blade, so then you would just cut these two. These don't have the stabilizer, 4 and 5. So let's see how to sew this up. Let's go over all of the pieces. So this is going to be the external of my pouch. This is not stabilized. This is going to be the internal section of the pouch. This is stabilized with a lightweight stabilizer. Don't use anything other than a lightweight stabilizer because it ends up being too thick when you come to turn everything right sides out. These are the pocket pieces. One is not stabilized and the other one is stabilized with a lightweight stabilizer. Then we've got the pouch closer. I'm going to be using some cam snaps in order to close that down. One of them is stabilized and one of them isn't stabilized. Then we've got the zipper. Zippers need to be at least 6 inches. We will be cutting it even shorter than that. These are the tabs for, going to be folding them over, and that's going to be the top of my zipper. And then these are the zipper tabs. None of this is stabilized. This isn't stabilized either. So let's start with like the fiddly things first. First of all, take your pocket pieces and fold in half. Create a crease on both of them. And then you're going to cut down the center of that line. So when you open out, there's a crease, just cut. You now have 4 pieces. What you're going to do now is take off 1/2 inch off every single one. Now we're going to put our pocket pieces to one side. You're going to cut your zip down so it measures 4 3/4. Obviously, when you're cutting this side, make sure that you open the zip and you don't take the pull off, but even if you do, it's easily rectified. One side is always easier than the other side when you do this. You're going to take one of your tabs, you're going to line it up here, and you're going to take your other tab. So you're basically wedging the zipper between the 2 tabs. Once you've got everything lined up, you're going to stitch across 1/4 inch. Once that is done, you can then push this back and you can sew this down so it will top stitch both of these into place. You are now going to do that with all the sides of the zipper. You're going to do it on this side and you're going to do it on the other one as well. Cut these tabs to 1 inch and that will provide you with your other set of tabs for your other zipper. Take an internal and external pocket piece. You're going to fold them in half and you're going to find the center marking, open it out and create a little mark. Do the same thing with your zipper. Fold that over, find the center and then create a mark. Now you're going to line them 2 marks up. If it helps, move your zipper out your way. Which is probably better off going that way. Line the 2 markings up and get a wonder clip. Clip them together. Find the center mark on your internal piece. Line that up with your other markings. And everything should be lined up. So basically you have your zipper facing down towards the external of your pocket, and then this is the internal, so it's sandwiched in. Then you're going to sew it into place. Once you've sewn that into place, you're going to flip it out and then you're going to press it down and top stitch this into place. So let's go through this again. This is the external part of my pocket and this is the internal part of my pocket. So this is the external part of my pocket. I am going to put the zipper lined up with the marking that I did, and then I'm going to take the internal and I'm going to put it to the back there, and then the zipper is facing down. Just make sure that the curve is still all matching. Everything should still be all matching. Cut any of the excess away. And then once again, you are going to open up and you are going to top stitch this down. With these long sections here, we're going to create a binding, fold in half and press. Then open it out, fold one of the sides in, press. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Push this one in and press. And then fold the whole unit in on itself. Do that with the other one. You're going to then take this and you're going to put it on the other end of the zip and you're going to sew it into place. Remove the excess. Take the tab sections, place one on top of the other, and then you're going to sew all the way around. So this will be right sides facing. If you've got a print, both printed sides facing each other. But leave this open. Take your scissors and snip into the curve like so. Just don't go through your stitches. And then turn this right sides out and give it a nice good press. If you want to add a key fob, it's 1 3/4 by 4 inches, and then just put the key ring in, and then I just like to stitch it into place. Okay, before this all starts to get confusing, let's just touch base what we have left. We have the external part of our main pouch and the internal part of my main pouch. Basically, we are now going to build the pouch up. I like to fold the internal part of my pouch in half, just so I have that line in the center. And then what I'm going to do now is I want this to be about half an inch away from that center line. Half an inch, half an inch. I'm going to clip that with some wonder pins. Then I'm going to turn the whole thing around and I'm going to baste this onto the main part of the external part of my, no, the internal part of my, even I'm getting confused. So then we're going to baste this to the internal section of the main pouch. Now from the reverse of this, cut away the excess of this pocket here, just the excess, and don't cut into the actual main body of the pouch. Do the same thing with the other side. So there's my center crease line, and I'm going to do it half an inch away. I'm going to grip it with wonder clips. And I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to baste this on. And when you baste, just make sure you're just doing a scant quarter. Don't do an actual quarter. You're just going to stick this on. So when we do the next part, we'll then go a quarter of an inch around. Once again, cut away the excess here. Now we're just going to top stitch again over the top of this existing line. So we're closing this up. If you did want to add this as a pocket, you would have to put another layer on the back here, because you obviously don't want your change falling out. So we do have to stitch this down. You're going to find the center of your main body of your pouch just by folding it in half, like so. And then you're going to find the center of this by folding this in half. And then you're going to put these both on top of each other like so. And then you're going to baste this down. This is so it doesn't move about on us. When we fold this over, and if you are having a keyring on your pouch, you don't want it to be near that center fold. So it's going to be a little bit out, maybe half an inch. Once we have everything basted here, you're going to put both of these right sides together. And then you're going to stitch all the way around. However, you are going to leave an opening somewhere in order to turn it right sides out. So you're going to stitch all the way around, but leave an opening somewhere. I wouldn't do it on a curve. I would do it on a straighter piece. You're going to find the opening that we left and we can turn it right sides out. Just give this whole thing a nice press so it's nice and flat. Go around all the outside, top stitch in, and make sure that you top stitch the opening shut. I recommend that you fold the pouch in half and press with an iron, just so we get this nice crease. Now let's place the cam snap onto the pouch. Now, just an FYI, you don't want to make it extremely tight like this, because we want to be able to get coins and stuff or whatever we put in this pouch in. You want to leave a little bit of a gap, so when you have stuff in it, it can be widened up like that. So the next thing we're going to do is apply the cam snap. I folded this flap over in half first. Then I'm going to just place a mark where I want it to be. At this point in time, it's not important. The second placement is extremely important. You can get a hole puncher like this, or you can get an oar. I'll show you both ways. So I'm going to hole punch this because it's really easy to get to. And that is the first hole. So I'm going to apply the cam snap. For the next placement mark, I will fold it over, remembering to leave a little bit of a gap, and then I'll mark here. Then I will get my oar. Now I don't want to go through all of the pocket, so I'm going to open this up, and then when I place that mark here, I'm not going to go through into the pockets. I'm going to open this up and then just do that. And that should be enough to get the cam snap through. You have to just move the fabric about a bit, but you can get your tool in and then you can just apply pressure. And then that is the other part of your cam snap done. Then you can close this up. You can leave me a comment down below saying what a marvelous project and how easy this pouch is to make. And you're going to like it. And you're also going to subscribe to my channel because I have over 500 tutorials. Why would you not want to subscribe? So click that subscribe button right now and I'll see you in the next video.